Hello everybody and welcome back to Quick Gaming. I know it was a while since I last uploaded a Drunken Kerbal Space Program episode, but I assure you, I am drunk. I'm playing Kerbal Space Program. I don't entirely remember where we left off. I know that I've played a little bit in the save game that I started since then, but also have a new monitor, so like this is all like 1080p and like 60 FPS until I start building ships and they, just drop the frame rate. So let's see. Resume saved. I think Move It Up is where I left off, and I played for a lot of hours since the last time I played. Put a satellite up. I went to the moon and back. I tried to send something to Eve. It blew apart. But I think what I'm going to do, let's see what contracts I have opened. Let's go up here. Duna. I also sent a letter to Duna. I just forgot to, do the thing with sending back science. Yeah, the two contracts I have open are Explorer, Duna, Explorer, Eve. I think I'm going to try to do both in this session, not in this video, just in this session. Also, I am not wearing pants, so camera stays up here. And I wonder if I can take out any more contracts. Specifically, things on, like, the ground. Ooh. Alright, I really want to do this contract, but that is something for next time I'm drunk, when I have more funds and more shit unlocked. So, what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to my 2 active contracts. Like, right now, all I really need to do is just get something near Duna, and actually land something on Eve. Actually, I'm going to go for Eve first, because Eve has a much faster orbital period around, like, the sun, or Kerbal, or Kerbal, which I don't know if that's actually the name of the star in the game, but it's what we've all just sort of assumed it to be. And this is the tech tree I have so far. I've unlocked everything at this level. And last time I played, I had literally just unlocked a bunch of this stuff because of all the science that I had. So I actually have, like, engines that can take off and lift heavy things. So what I'm going to try to do now, and I really, really wish I installed Kerbal alarm clocks so I could, get some sort of, I don't want to say realistic, just, I want to be able to go into, like, an interplanetary burn and get there without, like, having to fast forward, like, a year in game. So what I'm gonna do first, like, I'm gonna go to Eve, because it's bugging me because I got a lot of the science from, like, around Eve. I got, like, science from the upper atmosphere, and then I just exploded. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna build an Eve lander. As long as I get to the surface, I'm fine. So, let's see, what am I going to use? I don't want to use the stay put because it barely has any sort of command or, like, stability control. So, what I think I'm going to do, use the Probodobodine Hex. It's 6-sided, it's got the, I'm pointing at my screen, you can't see me pointing at my screen. But, I can do prograde and retrograde hold, and stability assist, as opposed to just stability assist. So, step 1, I'm going to throw that guy in there. And I know from previous experience in the game that the majority of the time when I try to, like, even when I'm on the surface and unfold solar panels, they break up because of the high pressure. So I'm going to grab some of these guys, put them everywhere. Hop over to science. I'm going to use just the crappiest antenna because it's not going to fall apart. Alright, so, and I know that I'm going to be able to land this with... I wonder if I can clip a parachute into this. No, because I already have that guy there. Alright, so I'll put that on the side eventually. But that should be more than enough to get us to the surface. Alright, and next step will be... Hello, utility. Hello, where are you? Little bitty service bay. Did I unlock? Yes, I did. That structural guy there. So I'm going to open the service bay. I'm going to put 2 science juniors in there. One for... is it atmosphere or orbital that I need? Let's see, contracts. All I need is just to achieve orbit around Eve, transmit or recover science from the surface, which I have to land on first. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 2 of these guys here. And then I'm going to put 2 thermometers here and here. And then the barometer. I'm going to put it there. I'll close that guy. And I can probably afford to put more, where are they? More of these guys. I'll be close to the sun, I'll be getting tons of power, no matter what direction I'm facing. And... come on, just pick up, please pick up. Why are you being so wonky? There you are. Angle these up. Just like that. 'Cause I only really need one of these guys. Oh, come on. Hover over, hover over, hover over. Unitron. There. So, that is 5 backups. And then, of course, I want to throw a Science Junior on there. And, just so that we guarantee that we actually make it through, I know that I've unlocked bigger fuel tanks, bigger engines. This is going to be a big ship compared to what I've built before. At least in this series, which admittedly is incredibly shitty. So, I have a stacked coupler. And below the stacked coupler, I'm going to have this adapter, which I'm going to fit a 2.5 meter heat shield onto, just so that I have very little chance of actually destroying anything that's, you know, vital to the functions of this craft. And I have just realized that I am definitely going to need batteries. So, I'm going to put on 4 of these guys, I think. Yeah. 4 of those guys. Then I'll throw in some legs. Some landing struts. I'll do 3. Put them there. Because this, everything from here up, including the landing legs, will hopefully make it to the surface. This guy will jettison in the atmosphere, and then below that, we will have, where are you, structural? We'll have one of you. And then just to make sure that everything is held together. Oh, have I unlocked? I only have the smaller. It's gonna be fun. Alright, I haven't unlocked the large fairings yet. But I still want to build a fairing around this. So, what I think actually should really put a stabilizer on this. Alright. So, this is our lander. Not bad, it's only 21,000 funds, or as I wish they were called Spaceos. Alright, so I'm going to throw that adapter here. I'm going to throw in a fairing so that it's good for launch. that up to about there. That's only a little bit of clipping. It's not too bad. But there we go. Close off the fairing. And then, of course, where are you? Come on, parts. Oh, this is going on way longer than I meant it to. It's like 10 minutes already, and we haven't even launched this guy yet. So, I am going back to structural. I'm going to put this other adapter on. I am going to clip a shitload of struts through this whole guy. They go through the fairing, and they are not lined up at all like they should be. That's much, much better. So this is our lander. This does not have any fuel of its own. The only thing it can do is basically get into the atmosphere without exploding. And I'm going to burn away so much of the ablator on this heat shield. So, next step, engines. No, not engines, fuel tanks. Let's see, I got a Kerbal Engineer Redux installed. It's an older version. I haven't updated the mod in ages. Also, I should probably throw on the flight unit so that I get Delta V readouts during our descent. So, let's see, we got that, and we'll throw on the Poodle engine, which I really want to throw on the Terrier engine. It's very weak, but it would be much more efficient because it weighs so much less. But let's see what we get out of this. Alright, that's actually not too bad. A little more fuel would be good. So we'll throw on one of those. Alright, 3,000 meters per second. That should be enough. You know what? Fuck that. I'm going to throw on a full, not orange tank, but one of these guys. Alright, that should be enough to circularize once we get to Eve. So now all we need is about 6,000 meters per second of Delta V below this. Once we get that, like, around 10,000, I'll be confident enough to actually launch this guy. So, next step, where are you? Structural. Rockmex branded coupler. We'll throw on another 2 tanks. That'll be our, pretty much just our interplanetary stage. And throw on a skipper. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Now, once we get all of this to orbit, we'll be fine. So, now I build the first stage, which hopefully will get us to orbit. That was me hitting my keyboard because I am, once again, drunk. This is drunk space program, not competent space program. And I'm also sorry I have, like, Denny's voice, where I sound like somebody who's 40 years older than me asking if you want some coffee with your grand slams. Alright. So I got the mainsail unlocked. Throw that guy on. That is not enough to get us to orbit, but I do have the radial decouplers unlocked, finally. So I'm going to throw them on the sides. From this angle, it looks like the front and the back, but we're launching off to the right. There's the launch pad over there. We are not going straight up. We're going, of course, to the east to use the planet's, what's it called? Rotation. To give us an extra 100 and something meters a second of Delta V. Alright, so now under engines, there we go. These guys will help us immensely during our ascent. And if I throw a couple more tanks on, I could say just 2 of these. And hope to hell that I have some sort of... There we go. We do have nose cones. Good. And to make this much more efficient, I'm going to use asparagus staging, where we use all of the fuel in these 2 side tanks to go through both these two and the main sail engine here. That way, that when the boosters burn out, this will still be a full stage. And I am fairly confident this will be more than enough to circularize without air braking and burning off all of our heat shield. Alright, so I'm going to connect these guys all up. I'm going to see what kind of tail fins I have unlocked. Use these, which will hopefully give us a bit more control than our really tiny reaction wheel. And let's see, do I have any? Yes, I do have some Rcs Thrusters, which I am going to place aside. See where my center of mass is. Place them around the center of mass. This is going to be too strong or too effective, but it will help us very much with tilting over and, you know, being able to turn this guy. And then I'm going to throw on a couple of RCS tanks. Alright, so this shouldn't be too bad. This is going to be our first Eve probe, so it's going to be Eve 1, I guess. And hopefully this will get us there. I'm going to save it. And I'm overwriting because the first attempt at Eve 1 did not work. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.